This video is kindly sponsored by Sihu.
Editing Chan here. As I sit here editing this video that you're watching right here, I felt like it was the perfect time to tell you a little bit about the sponsor of today's video, Sihu. Sihu sent over their Doro C300 ergonomic office chair, and I've been using it for the past couple of weeks, and I gotta say, it has been changing my life. I had a different office chair in here before this one, and honestly, it was just a place to sit. It didn't have any great lumbar support, and I felt like I just didn't want to spend time in my office because that chair just really didn't work for me. I've been thinking about upgrading my office chair for a while, but I just couldn't find anything that I thought was totally going to work for me. I wanted something that was both very functional and also very pretty and would go with the rest of my office, and I just feel like me and Sihu are a match made in heaven because look at this chair. It completely coordinates with my office and it has been saving my life and my back so much since I've gotten it. It has a dynamically self-adaptive lumbar and back support, flexible tracking seat back, comfy armrests, and a high back with an adjustable headrest, which is something I've really been enjoying. And honestly, the lumbar support especially has been really, really great. I have a bad lower back, I have scoliosis, so something that's really going to support my back no matter the position that I'm sitting in the chair has been really great. As you can see maybe a little bit in the back right here, it is up against my back, and no matter if I'm like, again, sitting upright or if I'm leaning back in the chair, it is never going to not be touching my back, which I really like. Again, that support is so needed, especially if you're sitting for long periods of time working. And as a result, I really feel like I have been editing videos longer. I feel like this is just the kind of chair you need if you are a gamer, if you work from home. Honestly, if you are sedentary and if you're sitting a lot in an office, you're gonna need a chair. You're going to need a chair like this because it is going to genuinely change your life. It's just so comfortable and it has really been saving me. So if you, again, have wanting a chair like me, I'm going to leave a link in the description down below that you can check out. And see who was kind enough to give us a discount link. I believe the code is YCHAN and you get 6% off if you use that code, and the link in the description down below. So thank you again to Sihu for sponsoring this portion of today's video. I couldn't be happier with my chair and it has been genuinely a dream come true. Now to get back to editing. Hello, welcome back to my channel. Hope you're having a fantastic day whenever you decided to click on this video. It feels weird to be up here. I feel like I haven't filmed in my office in quite a while. Honestly, I haven't been up here in quite a while, what with the kittens and having to like be basically glued to the bedroom downstairs. But I decided, you know what, if I ever want to get in a routine, I'm in charge of that. So I have been working upstairs today and I feel so much more productive, so much more happy. I am excited and overwhelmed for the week ahead. It is Monday the 10th of July and I am going to Disney World on Friday. I'm so excited about it, but I have a lot to do between now and then. Primarily getting content ready for all of you so that you have stuff to watch when I am gone. I'm only going to be gone for a few days. We're leaving on Friday and coming back on Tuesday. Hopefully you will not notice a difference in like the content and things I'm putting out. That obviously means that like I have a lot to do. Primarily I need to film a DBC with Hayden. We're reading Actor A.G. Brown, which I'm really excited about. I'm just really excited to get Hayden's thoughts and feelings. Usually he tells me ahead of time how he is feeling about a book like before we sit down to film. He has not told me anything about his thoughts and feelings on this book, but I'm trying to get to the 30% mark of that book today. I'm like almost there. I only have like a chapter or two left and then we can give like our first update. We have basically transformed, I guess, the DBBC from like a sit down, almost like podcast style thing into more of a casual like reading vlog thing where we just update together. I really like that. I think it's more fun and I like to get his more of like real-time reactions anyway. So yeah, I'm like hotly anticipating what he's gonna say about Eve Brown, and maybe I will get you some of his like initial thoughts and feelings here. I don't know actually if you're gonna see this vlog first or that DBBC first, but anyway, I also need to film a KU hockey romance vlog. The new Candy Steiner book just came out and I am so excited for it. I feel like I've seen so many threads about the smuttiness, which is something that I say often that I'm like kind of sick of smuttiness, but lately I've just been in that mood. Maybe it's summertime, I don't know, but like I have been craving like good smutty romances and Candy always delivers, so I'm very excited to get to that one. It is the book club pick for my monthly book club over on Patreon, so I'm also getting to like talk to all of my lovely patrons / friends about this book while I'm reading, or I just get to see their thoughts and feelings before I start reading, and yeah, it's getting me more hyped. So I need to read that book, but also the other two for that KU vlog, and then obviously I need to vlog for this video, which is what I'm doing right now. And that is not even to mention all of like the household stuff I have to get done and also the packing. I did set myself up for success yesterday by doing all of my laundry, so everything is clean, but I need to pack. I need to figure out what outfits I'm going to be bringing. I probably will take you along for the ride for that with me. The first order of business today is that Hayden and I are going to dinner. And I don't know if that's really the first order of business since it's like the end of the day, the end of the work day at least, but it's the first thing that you're going to be seeing with me. We are going to Juniper in East Austin. It is one of my favorite restaurants in Austin. Hayden is like a Red Ash fan. If you're in Austin, maybe you know. There's like a few different Italian restaurants that are popular, but Juniper's my favorite. Red Ash is his. We've been a few times to Red Ash. The reservations are always crazy to get. Juniper reservations are easy to get, and I like the food better. So anyway, we're gonna get Italian food. So I will share our dinner with you, and then I'll come back whenever I have thoughts and feelings on whatever it is that I decide to read. I don't know if I'd like want to pick up Spare or Remarkably Bright Creatures from last week, or if I want to like try something new. I feel like those books for that list video are getting kind of put towards the wayside, but I really just want to read romance. So I'm gonna read at least one book in this video, I think, maybe. We'll see. Hello, my friends. I realized that like nothing that I said in that last update or intro to this video, I don't want to say was relevant. It's all very relevant. However, I feel like I left out most important things. First of all, hello. Do you like how big this viewing window is for you? I decided I wanted a little bit of a switch up when it came to the technology that I was using. I watched a vlog from Miss Olivia Reads a Latte, which is always a mistake. And I don't mean that because I don't love her videos. It's a mistake because I'm always just so inspired by her. I love the way that her videos look. I love the cozy vibes she gives off, and I'm just like, why can't I be you? You know, why can't I be you? And so I, of course, texted her to inquire about like what gear she's using right now, like what camera she's using. And I didn't get the same camera and lens that she has, but I decided to get a lens for my camera that's kind of similar. So previously I was using the Sony ZV-1, and I'm sharing this information with you because I know as a YouTuber, I watch other YouTubers' videos and I'm always so curious what camera they're currently using. And then I go to their Amazon storefront and I'm like, there's 15 cameras here, like which one are you actually using? Anyway, used to use the Sony ZV-1. That's the camera you've seen in most of my videos, unless it's like a sit down list video, in which case I use like a DSLR for that. But I recently bought a Canon R6, which is a full frame mirrorless camera, and it is insanely good. I bought it specifically for photography and wasn't intending to use it for YouTube at all, but like, here's the thing. Do I want to have a photography business? Yes. Has that happened yet? No. So why not use this camera, you know, in the meantime for things that are most relevant? So anyway, I'm using the Canon R6, and this is a 16mm 2.8 lens. Pretty damn good. I'm filming in 4K, which I've never done before either, so I'm sure you're getting all the delicious crispy views of my pores. You're so welcome. That is the first update. New camera, new me, same microphone, so like it should sound similar, but let me bring you in just a tad while I do my makeup. Another thing, hello merch. I have not shown y'all all of the different samples that I have recently gotten in, but I'm very pleased with how everything has turned out. Obviously, I'm going to Disney. Once I get back from Disney, I am planning on doing like a little photo shoot moment with Hayden with this new camera, different lens, but like this camera. I'm gonna take like cute product shots. We might some like outdoor pictures for promotion. I don't know. We'll see. I'm excited to like experiment. And my merch will be live soon. I posted this sweatshirt, and the t-shirt I was wearing yesterday is also my merch, the, you know, black t-shirt with the little white cat. This sweatshirt I'm wearing today obviously says, I'd rather be reading romance, and it's got a little heart on the sleeve. I saw that Ariel Bissett, whenever she did her merch, she did, what is it? I'm thinking about books, and there's like a book embroidered on the sleeve, and I just loved the little touch of the sleeve embroidery, so decided to do that for this. I also have a sweatshirt that says my name on it, and I mostly made that one just for me, but it says Chandler Ainsley, and then on the sleeve there's also something embroidered, and I think those are the only ones that have sleeve detail, but very excited about the merch, very excited to show you more of that. I don't want to talk too much about it because like I've talked, I think, in like the past 2 vlogs about merch at this point, but merch. I am in the middle of reading a Candy Steiner book, which is not going how I expected, and it's not terrible or anything, but I definitely was expecting it to be a little bit more, I was expecting to like the characters more. How about that? I was expecting to like the characters more than I am. It's definitely sexy, and I am excited for the characters to have sex. They haven't had sex at the 50% mark, which I love to see. Like, I love a good slow burn, but it's not what I expected. That's all I have to say. Today is Tuesday. I feel like that's pretty evident by the fact that yesterday was Monday. I had a really good time at dinner with Hayden, which I'm sure you saw, like, you know, the little transition-y B-roll stuff. It was really good, and we ended up not doing the prefix menu, which was definitely the right move this time. Prefix menu is really good, especially if it's like your first time at Juniper, because you get to try a little bit of something from every category, like an app, a main dish, a pasta, a dessert, whatever. I didn't eat that much food though, because I didn't want to feel like I was about to pop. So I had some delicious ravioli and some delicious like little puffy potato sticks. It was a delightful time to be had by all. We just had some really delightful conversation too. I think that's something that is sort of like underrated about going out to restaurants. Obviously Hayden cooks for us, and we have sit down dinners and lunches nearly every day, I would say. We also like go get food and have little car picnics and stuff. Again, we talk and we, you know, hang out during those. I think the conversations that we have like at an actual dinner table, and just like the ritual of getting dressed up for each other to actually go on a date, there is really something to be said about it. It doesn't even have to be like a fancy restaurant, but it was just nice. We don't do that very often. We don't like go to really nice restaurants very often. It was definitely like what I needed, especially considering that, like, you know, I'm going on this vacation or this like trip without Hayden, and I will miss him. So it was nice to like have some sit down, like hangout time. So anyway, today I really think is going to be a wild day. I need to finish this Candy Steiner book. I also desperately kind of need to finish a second book, maybe I'll do that tomorrow. I can't entirely decide. I was supposed to post this KU vlog on Wednesday. My posting schedule is supposed to be Wednesday and Sunday, but I'm kind of thinking I might just make it a Thursday thing so I have more time to read the books. Regardless, I kind of want to start packing today because I don't like feeling rushed and overwhelmed when it comes to packing, especially for a trip where you like need very specific things. Some trips you can kind of just like throw some stuff into a bag and call it a day and not worry about it, but for Disney it's like if I forget something, that might not be very good because it's gonna be so hot there. I need to make sure that I've got my cooling towels, that I have my like little mini fan and stuff. So that's probably the next thing you're gonna see is me packing for Disney, and I'll show you like what little goodies I am bringing. And while I do that, while I start packing, I think I'm gonna listen to like an audiobook. What audiobook, I don't know, but I do have some on my phone that seem interesting. So let's see what I have currently checked out from the library. Oh, I have Twisted by Emily McIntyre. I also have Shipwrecked by Olivia Dade, Anna Maria and the Fox, and Something Wild and Wonderful. So all four of the audiobooks that I have checked out from my library currently are romances, which I love to see. So I will pick one of those up and we can talk about it. All right, are y'all ready to get packing? I'm ready to get packing. I have laid out all of the t-shirts that I am planning on wearing for this trip. I feel like first order of business is pairing what bike shorts I'm gonna be wearing with all of these t-shirts. Disney is always a fun experience. It is usually hot as hell in the summer, obviously. I would prefer to wear a tank top, but I also prefer not to get a sunburn. So I'm gonna be wearing some loose fitting, kind of oversized t-shirts. This is similar to what I'll be wearing. I ended up switching into the non-sweatshirt version, the t-shirt version of this particular design, the I'd Rather Be Reading Romance t-shirt. Bike short collection is kind of ridiculous. I ended up pulling all of them just to kind of see what our options are. I don't think I'm going to bring all of these. I definitely know that I'm not going to be bringing all of them, especially like not these navy ones because they're really fucking long. These are the first pair of bike shorts I ever bought, and yeah, no, definitely not bringing those. I'm also going to be bringing a couple of pairs of looser fitting ones. These are like the Free People, I don't remember the name of the like original Free People short, but these are like the Free People dupe. I'm actually wearing them today. I can show you. They are super, super high-waisted, which is really nice, but I'm not sure if I want to wear something like super loose the entire time. I kind of just like the ease of a bike short compared to something like this. So, okay, let us see. I have so many pairs of shorts. I know for sure that I'm going to be bringing these black shorts. These are a dupe of the Buff Bunny bike short, and I absolutely love these. I'll leave a link to them in the description down below. I got these off of Amazon. I think I have 3 pairs at this point, maybe just 2. I don't know. I love these. So I'm definitely going to be bringing these one of the days, actually 2 of the days, because again, 2 pairs. I'm not sure like which shirts I want to pair with those yet, but I also really like these like polka dot shorts, and I'm kind of feeling like this is a cute pairing. I don't know, maybe it's a little much. Oh, we also have the black and white polka dot ones. I think that's cute. It's like kind of whimsical. I also have a pair of like lilac bike shorts, and I kind of feel like that would look cute with the Little Mermaid t-shirt. I don't know if that's too much though. It does pick up on the purple of Ursula, and I actually think it would look kind of cute with the ears that I'm bringing. Let's lay the ears out while we're here, while we're doing things, right? Okay, so I only bought ears for 2 of my t-shirts because I'm honestly probably going to be wearing ball caps most of the time. Again, sun protection is more important than looking cute, but I also bought ears because I want to be cute. 4 different ball caps that I'll be bringing and like putting with stuff, but let's do the ears first because the ears are the more cute thing. So I got ears for my Little Mermaid t-shirt and ears for my Toy Story t-shirt. In an ideal world, obviously, I wish that I had ears for every outfit, but again, I was trying to be somewhat practical. I may or may not get more for my next trip to Disney, but anyway, the really cute, these have like shells and pearls glued on, which, starfish glued on. There were a few different ones. I kind of liked the semi-subtlety of those ones. Like, I feel like I could wear those with a different t-shirt if I wanted to. The Toy Story ones are not subtle, but they are really freaking cute, and I like these because they're a lot more lightweight than some of the other ears that I have. And then I also have the Louis Vuitton ears. I got these off of a separate website. These weren't off of Etsy, but I really like these. They're really high quality. They're really heavy though, so again, this is not like an all-day ear for sure, but I feel like these actually might look cute with like my Pirates shirt, you know, kind of like a neutrals outfit. I kind of like that. I think that's kind of a cute pairing. I don't know like what other t-shirt I would wear my ears with, to be honest. Those particular ears So I think I'm happy with that outfit. I am running into trouble, I feel like, with some of these other options though. Like I do have like these black shorts still, and I do have these brown shorts, but I'm not sure that I really like the way that looks with the Disney World t-shirt. Let me go see. I'll take you with me. Let's go see if we can find any more bike shorts in here. Bright green. Okay, I do have bright green. I could have sworn I had like a pair of olive green, because basically all of my sports bras match these same bike shorts from Amazon. They're the shit, by the way. Like I have way too many pairs of the same kind of bike short. So again, I'll link those, but I thought I had other colors. I'm thinking let's do the green with the Little Mermaid, because that's like literally perfect. Okay, let's do that. And then let's do, I kind of feel like the purple with the Walt Disney World, like the vintagey looking one, like maybe the polka dot shorts with the Mickey shirt. Is that too much? Yeah, no, I actually like that. I think that's cute. Okay, so I'm pretty happy with this layout. Let's put some hats with everything as well. Knowing like what hats I want to bring is important. So definitely bringing this like white R hat. Maybe I'll wear that with the Disney World shirt from Rosemary Beach from my vacation with my little sister. I also have my DBBC hat and my romance reader hat. I feel like I like the romance reader one because it's like very neutral. And the DBBC one, I don't feel like it goes with as much. I think I'll pack it anyway, just in case. And then I think I will probably also pack, I have like just a generic black Nike cap. I'm feeling good about this. I think the next order of business, and I probably will do this off screen, find sports bras to go with all of this stuff. So for reference, I feel like I should have said this before I even started. I am going to be in Disney, the parks themselves, for 3 days. You're probably like, why do you have 6 t-shirts? It's fucking hot, right? I like the idea of being able to go back to our hotel and change, or if it rains, to have like an additional outfit for every day. Just bought the amount of t-shirts that I liked, and it just happened to like work out for the amount of days that we're staying. We're also going to Disney again in October. I think I mentioned that in the last vlog. So I'll be able to like rewear a lot of these shirts for then. I'm also gonna be getting some like spooky ones because we're going to the Mickey's Not So Scary. So yeah, one of the most exciting parts of all of this. I mean, I have so much stuff over here. And I'll show you like my pack and like park bag accessories later, like the essentials and like things I'm bringing. But first things first, I got a fanny pack. I got like a custom fanny pack specifically for the occasion. I could have just brought one of the Lululemon belt bags, but they're actually pretty small and I wanted something a little bit bigger, but I also didn't want to carry a backpack so it would be really sweaty on my back. I got this. It has like a little C, a little castle patch, and then a little Mickey. I customized the patches, like I picked which ones, and this is definitely a little bit bigger than the Lululemon belt bags. I've got Sully over here like trying to scale the bed, but very excited. I feel like this is gonna come in handy, and it seems like it's pretty good quality, so like with everything, I'm gonna link all of these t-shirts and this in the description down below. Those are like the things I'm gonna be wearing in the parks. I still have like a bunch of other stuff to show you in terms of what I think is essential to bring into the park and what I'm gonna try to shove in my fanny pack. Yeah, a lot of stuff over here, and I'm still waiting on a sunscreen stick, and that should be coming later. So since he's deaf, he just falls asleep anywhere, and he doesn't wake up if you walk past him. It's kind of my favorite thing ever. There goes Sully. Okay. I think we're good now. I think the next time you see me, it's gonna be at Crumbl, because Hayden and I are like really craving cookies. I also don't like that you can see my legs. That is the one bad thing about the vlog camera. I've noticed that I always have to have pants on, and I don't always like to have pants on. Like I said,
It's so wide.
Crumbl cookies. Do you love it? Are you living for it?
Oh, why did it turn my phone on? No.
That's kind of how that works. Like to charge your phone, it turns on.
It has to be on?
Cookies?
Cookies.
It's a good week for cookies, I think. I mean, they look pretty damn good.
Be careful of this side.
Oh, I don't like the way that looks.
Yeah.
It's a touch poopy. So these are them. They're stunning. We've got Oreo, Biscoff with white chocolate chips, got honey bun, and semi-sweet. Crumbl switching it up on us, and by that I mean we're getting semi-sweet every other week. Mixed, you know, it's either milk chocolate or semi-sweet, and then no more pink sugar every week, which is fine because I don't fucking like that cookie.
Who does?
I mean, some of you do, and in which case, please just get yourself checked out. I request it. What to try first? I have tried the Oreo cookie before. It's not an uncommon one. So let's try a little Biscoff. Also, it's gonna make my teeth black, so yeah.
What, are you not gonna eat any of it?
I am, but maybe after filming.
Which means I have to wait longer.
No, it's good.
Yeah, Biscoff base.
It's just buttery deliciousness.
What?
It was very drooly.
I didn't intend for it to be.
Like a dog. What are your tasting notes?
Kind of one note. Kind of mild.
I feel like that's your kind of cookie.
Ish.
Like,
yeah.
I feel like you'd eat that. Like, it wouldn't be your top choice, but like...
I mean, yeah, I'd eat that. Of course. For sure.
Now for the honey bun.
I'd probably eat that too. That looks pretty good.
Kind of smells like cheese.
Cheese.
It doesn't taste like cheese, I can tell you that.
I kind of need to smell it now. It smells like cinnamon sugar. What?
I
What
just
kind
got
of
a whiff of
cheese are you
cheese.
eating?
Just don't judge, you know? We all have our own.
That sucker is gooey.
Very greasy.
I was talking about that one.
Oh.
I could see you like pick up a piece of it.
Got a bite of the semi.
This one's pretty good.
Yeah.
Almost like a touch too much honey.
Okay. You just gotta throw caution to the wind.
Here, I'll come over here.
She's a very well-balanced girl. And that's what we want.
Yeah, that's the only icing cookie I'll eat. It's pretty good. But
Would you like to grab a napkin?
for what?
Oh, yeah, I guess you did just like this over my floor mat, so.
Yeah, I was gonna try to wipe off that part of the box, but
Yeah, we're just gonna close the box. And then you can't see it.
I
and
didn't
it's
get
fine.
to try this one in the semi.
You have food all over your face. You are a fucking mess. Can't take you anywhere. All right, take a little bite.
Well, you got to try it. I didn't get to try
You've
it.
had this cookie before.
Have I?
Yes.
You sure?
I'm 100% sure. Someone pull up the footage.
Good week for cookies.
I would say a good week for cookies, yeah. So I was trying to think of any exciting updates for y'all. I still haven't read any books for this here video. I have. I did just finish a book. Oh, you know what? I can talk about that. No, I can't talk about that here. Hopefully you're watching the KU hockey vlog. This video is sponsored, so I'm going to try to keep my verbiage PG, polite. But I got things to say, so Hayden's been privy to like my ramblings, shall we say.
Or could we call it rimblings?
Wow, stunning. I'll see y'all at home. I don't know what I'm going to be telling you at home, but I'll see you there. Good morning, friends. Happy Wednesday. You know, I said I was gonna like update you with book stuff, and I actually have started reading Shipwrecked by Olivia Dade. I'll talk to you about that at some point, and that's not right now. I just wanted to pop in and say good morning because it's 10 a.m. and I am in a car, which is not something that normally happens. Well, okay, we do get breakfast fairly often, but
You get breakfast fairly often.
You're complicit.
I'd say more than half the time it's by yourself.
Okay, anyway, semantics. I have a crispy Coke, which is a great reward. I basically just wanted to like pop in and talk a little bit about pet ownership because you know, comments or replies on Instagram often that are like, how do you keep your house so clean? Like, I don't ever see cat hair everywhere. And I'm like, you are not at my house, first of all.
Yeah, we're not aiming the camera at the floor.
But it is, there's cat hair everywhere. My house happens to be beige, which is the same color as my cat's, so the hair tends to not show up as much on like the beige surfaces. We do have dark floors that we had no control or say over, and those are always covered in cat hair. Yeah.
When you first turned the camera on, I was literally picking cat hair out of my mouth.
Yeah, it just is what it is. That's not so much what I wanted to touch on, though. We were actually in the car, not only to get breakfast, but also to go to Target to get more cat litter. Found out that the kittens have coccidia, which is an intestinal parasite, which is really, really, really common in kittens. We have just never dealt with that in any of the kittens that we've gotten, and we've gotten all of our kittens from the same place. So, you know, it happens, not a big deal, but it does necessitate, like, so much more cleaning than ever before, and we have to keep them isolated from the other cats. So we have been basically switching out their entire litter box every single day, and now we're out of litter because, you know, that obviously is a lot of fucking litter. And since they're on like basically antibiotics, I'm not entirely sure what they're on, some sort of like sulfa based something, they're having loose stools, so it smells amazing in our bedroom at all times. No, it's just messy, it's just gross. So that's one thing. And then unrelated to that, Pepper, who had some, again, loose stools this morning, again, very unrelated because he's had no contact with the kittens, but we had to wash him in the sink. I put my falcon handling gloves on to hold the top half of his body while Hayden washed his little poopy ass in the sink. So it's really glamorous owning pets. And I just wanted to point that out because I feel like I always show like my beautiful, creamy, delicious cats on my bed, like just being cute. And don't get me wrong, that is most of the time. But also, like, pets are a lot of fucking work. And they're dirty and they're gross. So just be aware of that.
Unless they're dogs.
And in which case they're dirtier and grosser.
And then they're perfect and they never poop inside.
Not true. At this point, they don't do that. But like,
yeah, I mean,
when we got our pee.
When they were tiny.
Tiny, yeah.
Dingo didn't really ever do that, but...
No, yeah, that's because Dingo's perfect. But we can't all be perfect,
yeah.
You know? Let's talk about your office, though, you know?
Oh, yeah, no, it's fucked.
RP did chew up all of the carpet in Hayden's office, so that's...
Yeah, there's just like a couple of like big holes missing
just
in the
holes.
Carpet.
Yeah, just pure carpet pad.
So then I put like an old we had like an old rug in the garage that we were gonna throw away.
It was like in decent condition. It just had like, the pile was just like a little bit too high.
Yeah, we just had it for a long time. And
so he decided to put that in his office, but then that got torn to shreds.
Yeah, yeah, and that's still in my office. We just bought a rug on Prime Day, and so I'm excited to like have a nice rug in my I say
to be
nice.
freshly destroyed?
Yeah. Well, see, here's the thing. Like I said before, I truly think that it will be a lot easier to police and control
when there's not like literal strings hanging from it.
Yes, exactly. That like really encourages him.
I will say that rug was a really pretty rug, but for some reason whatever it was made out of felt more like the inside of a sweatshirt than like a typical like acrylic cheap rug. Yeah, it did not hold up well.
I mean, it just like it really is for him like a chew toy.
Yeah.
Because it's just like a bunch of strings everywhere, you know, and it's like he wants to chew on it.
I'm very much looking forward to like there not being a shitload of strings in the vacuum cleaner. That's gonna be really fun.
Same.
So yeah, I just wanted to pop in and say hi and just kind of let you know what we're doing. Gonna go get some cat litter from Target. Also, again, love pets, but they're a lot of work. Not that I've ever like encouraged people to get pets that they like can't take care of, but also these are the realities of life, my friends.
I wonder what pet is actually like not much work.
Because I don't think they exist. They just don't.
Because like
it's
at one point, I really
thought
that like I used to think that fish weren't super hard
fish
to
are a
take
lot of
care
work.
of. Fish are a lot of work.
Yep.
Yeah.
Rabbits are a lot of work.
Mm-hmm. Just gotta make sure that they don't be fucking.
Living creatures are a lot of work. So that just any way you fucking dice it, it is what it is.
Hermit crabs.
No, you still gotta provide a decent amount of stuff for them. Make sure they got the shells.
I've
so
had
they
hermit
don't
crabs.
die.
You gotta just put shells in there and a little bit of crab food. We found it.
Hayden's cracked the case.
Getting rid of the dogs, getting rid of the cats, just a bunch of hermit crabs.
You're basically at the beach when you're at our house, you know?
Yeah, because we don't keep them in a cage.
Yeah. We have free range hermit crabs. On that note, I'll talk to y'all later. And we're going to do some more packing. I know, it's a thrilling vlog. More packing and then also talk to you about books. I am running around like crazy, trying to get packing done, trying to get other vlogs and videos done, failing kind of miserably. So I thought that what better way to use my time than to vlog me doing things that I need to get done and also answering questions you might have. So I asked y'all over on Instagram what questions that you had for me I could, you know, answer while doing things. And I don't know about you, but I love when YouTubers answer questions. I know that I've technically already done a whole Q&A video recently, but y'all have like questions about some of the questions I answered. So I figured why not answer now? So I'm gonna do that that will be fun. I had to grab my phone because I could not find her. This is going to be all over the place. It's going to be abbreviated and I am not thinking a lot about the answers. First question, how come you don't have any girl kitties? I'm guessing a gender mix could be messy. Think every cat is different, sure. I think generally speaking, male cats tend to be a little sweeter. Girl cats are a little quirkier, they're more independent. They're just different. I like girl cats a lot. I'm making generalizations here. There are obviously girl cats that don't fall into those categories. They're obviously very independent male cats, but I've always had male cats. I've been around female cats. I love them too, but it's just easier to have all male cats, especially if they're all neutered. Like, not a lot of issues there. Female cats can be more territorial as well. I think that's, I don't want to say factual, but that tends to be closer to the truth for most female cats. So I don't know. Love all cats, but yeah, I just have boy cats. It's easier. I don't have to like think about the dynamics quite as much, especially if you bring in kittens. My male cats tend to be very nurturing and tend to love kittens. So yeah, easy peasy. Do you have plans for other hair changes? Not that your hair looks bad. Thank you for the qualifier. Cats are crawling around in the basket behind me and they're eating their crunchies. No, I do not have any hair changes planned. After I got married, I knew I wanted to dye my hair red. It was something that had always been on my mind since college. I finally got to do that. Then I wanted to cut my hair short because I was sick of long hair and now I want long hair again. So yeah, just long brown hair. I will probably keep that for a while. Maybe I'll change my mind after I have a kid or something, but I kind of doubt that. For me, hair for a lot of people is just a big important part of their identity. And for me, long brown hair has just always been my thing. So no, yeah, I'm just keeping my hair long, growing her out. I feel like I've never seen any photos of your dogs. Can I see them? Here they are, Dingo and RP. I don't have very many pictures of them because they're always in motion. Like dogs are always in motion, cats are not. And also Hayden has the dogs upstairs in his office for most of the day. So they're like not hanging out with me for a lot of the day. So yeah, that's just like our dynamic. I know that that wouldn't work for everybody, but it just works for us. And so they are upstairs and I love them. But Hayden handles like most of their care, kind of like me handling most of the care of the kittens. That's just how we've decided to like divide and conquer our lives. Though obviously like if he's not home and I'm not home, vice versa, whatever, he will pick up the slack of the other person. Favorite Taylor Swift album? A couple of people asked this. Also, I know that I'm talking quickly. Hopefully you don't mind. Favorite Taylor Swift album is Fearless. It is everything to me. I know that that's maybe a basic answer. I don't care. I like Taylor Swift's like hopeful, sweet songs. It's also why I really like Lover. I have this conversation frequently with my sister when it comes to Taylor Swift's albums. Like, I'm sorry, I just have not experienced heartbreak. I'm married to the first man that I ever did anything with. I like the sweet, happy, cheery songs. Do you consider yourself a member of the LGBTQ+ community? Yes, I do. I am bisexual. That's how I identify. Pansexual, I feel like, would also be a fair label for me. I just have always identified identified with bisexual, mostly because I have identified as queer since like 5th grade, to be honest. I knew that I liked girls in elementary school, and that has persisted. Now that I'm older, I feel the same. I just, if you're hot to me. Like gender doesn't really like play into my perceptions of whether someone is hot. Okay, the light's about to get really ugly because we're coming into my bathroom so I can do my hair. All right, wow, stunning, truly stunning. Let's keep answering questions while I plug in my straightener and my curling iron, because that is how I do my hair these days. I don't really like blow drying my hair, fun fact, but I have kind of curly wavy hair. So if I want my signature curls, I have to straighten the top of my hair and then use a curling iron. This is a Hot Tools 1-inch extended barrel curling iron. I always get questions on what curling iron I use, or if I use a curling wand. No, I use a curling iron with a clip. So what is the most rewarding and what is the most challenging part of YouTube? I think the most rewarding thing for me would be whenever I make a video that performs well and it's a video that I'm proud of. Sometimes those two things don't align, but when they do, it is bliss for me. I am in it, or like my motivation when it comes to YouTube is I'm in it because I like making videos. I love reading books, I love making friends as well, but for me, I love video creation, coming up with ideas, filming, editing, uploading, like that is what I have a true passion for. So for me, when a video performs well and I'm really proud of what I created, like that is bliss. Like I love that so much. The most challenging thing, I would say just like being consistent and being someone that people can rely on. I think what I get frustrated by sometimes is like when people say that I've changed, which like people are always changing, or that they can't trust my reviews anymore, or that I'm too negative. Those kind of comments tend to frustrate me. So I guess that's a challenging thing, is like managing people's expectations and being consistent in my uploads and also like in what I'm posting. I don't know. I think people tend to get frustrated when creators change their content or their personality seems to be changing. And I get that, but like also we wouldn't expect that from friends in real life, right? Like we would hope that our friends would constantly be evolving themselves, hopefully better. So yeah, I think that can be frustrating, is like when people expect you to stay completely the same. That came to me really quickly. I never really think about that, but I do think that's like the hardest part. Why a Tesla? Just curious. I live in the country, if you didn't know. I live pretty far from civilization, and if I want to get anywhere, it takes about 30 minutes and about 20 miles. So even though I don't commute to a job, I was spending a lot of money on gas. I also had a car that was hard to maintain and expensive to maintain. I could just tell that the maintenance was going to get really wild, so I wanted a new car, and I picked a Tesla because I can charge it at home for cheaper than I can get gas. I mean, that was really the long and short of it. I also enjoy tech a lot. I love tech products. I love new cameras, like I'm filming on right now. I love that kind of stuff, and it has been my most favorite vehicle that I've ever driven. It's really fast, it handles really well, and I like that, again, I'm not having to get gas, especially like with a kid, you know. I'm not pregnant or anything yet, but the idea of like not having to stop at a gas station with a young child in the car, like that also is nice. I've not had to use like any superchargers yet because we haven't gone on any road trips in this car, but I'm about to drive to Houston with my sister so we can fly out of Houston to Orlando, and we're taking my car, so we'll see how that trip goes. Ooh, I like this question. Will you be choosing a baby's gender through IVF or keeping it a surprise? All right, I am going to label this part of the video IVF or fertility update. So honestly, y'all, I feel like I have gone through such a whirlwind of emotions, and I think it's going to constantly be changing. And I've said that I think a few times so far, but I am in a really good place right now, and it feels really good to be able to say that because I haven't been in a good place in like 9+ months. Getting the kittens certainly helped, but also just taking control of my life in other ways has really been something not that I didn't know I needed. I knew I needed to take control of my life, but I've been doing it in non-traditional ways for myself. Historically, don't travel. I historically don't plan dates. I don't do a lot of things for myself. I just focus on my day-to-day, and by taking a step back, giving myself things to look forward to, and also bringing things into my life that I know that bring me joy, like cats, I just feel actually very satisfied in my life. I know that I want a child. That is important to me. I want a kid. I am not so tied to this IVF process. I'm not so tied to this idea of like having to get pregnant at this point in my life. And that feels really freeing. We are going to do IVF. It doesn't work out after a couple of rounds. I'm okay with saying I'm satisfied. I'm okay. Maybe we'll pursue other options for kids, but I didn't think I'd be able to say that. And it feels really good to be able to say that. So I'm just feeling really satisfied. I think I was watching a Raw Beauty Christie video recently, and she was saying the same thing. I'm getting to answering the question in just a second. I need to do the preamble first. This is kind of just an IVF update to get you there. So I remember Christy saying something to the effect of like, for a long time, she was pursuing fertility and fertility treatments and just not feeling like her life was ever going to be good enough until she took a step back and said, you know what, I'm gonna stop trying altogether. And she just pursued other aspects of her life and got really satisfied with the other arenas before she fell surprise pregnant, right? She wasn't pursuing pregnancy, but she got pregnant. I feel like I'm kind of at that place right now, and that feels so good. I didn't think that would happen, like even before starting fertility treatments, and I feel really blessed to be able to say that, and I feel really good that I'm feeling satisfied. And here's the thing, I don't think there's a wrong or a right way to approach fertility, motherhood, whatever, parenthood. I think you have to go and do things in the way that you want, and if aggressively pursuing whatever avenue it takes to get pregnant is something you want to do, I fully support that. But for me at this point, I'm going into this with sort of a sense of detachment. Like I'm not putting all my eggs in one basket almost. Like I'm feeling good about whatever happens. Easier said than done, and I'm sure that could change over time. But right now, y'all, I'm feeling really good. I'm feeling really, really good. So to answer your question, I have gone back and forth for a while on how many kids I want, and also that's something you really have to consider when you're going through fertility treatment. You do egg retrievals, you hope to get a certain amount of embryos. Depending on how many kids you want kind of determines how many rounds that you would do, right? Let's say I do a round of egg retrieval and I only have like 1 or 2 embryos from that. If I only want 1 kid, that's okay. If I want multiple kids, I probably need to do another round of egg retrieval, right? So it is something that you kind of have to consider, and it's not like you can't change your mind later and get like an egg retrieval after having your first kid or whatever. It all depends on like a lot of things, right? To make a long story short, because of this like realization and satisfaction that I have in my life and the way that it's going and my autonomy and all of these different things, I think my vision of what I want my life to look like is changing. I think I only want 1 kid. And for that reason, I do think I want to select the gender of my child. Will I have that option? I don't know. Let's say I get 2 embryos, they're both the same gender and it's not my preferred gender. I mean, I say preferred, I would be happy with either. I would just use those embryos. Like I'm not that attached to the idea of like a particular gender. I mean, I am, but I'm not. But let's say I had my choice, yes, I would select the gender of my kid. If I have my choice, because I only want 1 kid at this point. If I felt accidentally pregnant or something, I wouldn't be mad. But like at this point in my life, I think I only want 1 child. I think I know what the gender of that child will be. I don't know what the gender will be, but like I know what gender I would select if I had the choice, I think is how I would put it. I know some people are like sensitive about that or whatever, or like have opinions and thoughts, and that's fine. You can have whatever thoughts and opinions you want. If you're mean about it in the comments, I will delete your comment. Oh, how come you don't go to book signings like Book Bonanza, hoping that you would since it's in Texas? Okay, I love books, but I don't have a big book friend group. I have a couple of like bookish friends who I text and who I'm, good friends with, but I don't have like this huge community of like romance booktubers that like I hang out with or that I'm in a group text with or anything. And I don't really have any feelings about that any which way. I don't care enough about getting signatures from authors to like be in a situation where I'm kind of alone. And that's not to say that like I wouldn't say hi to people or that like I wouldn't be friendly to people, but like I don't have a lot of like friends, I would say. I think primarily signings are social events for other creators, and I think that's awesome. But since I don't have a lot of people I would socialize with, I just don't know that it would be fun for me. That makes it sound like I don't want to socialize with people. I definitely do, but I also know that people have established friendships, and I'm not just gonna like bust into someone's friend group at a book signing and be like, hey, can I hang out with you? It's not really my style, so yeah, that's why I don't go to book signings. It also is just stressful. Like I don't like waiting in lines for things. I mean, I do like signed copies of books by authors, but I'd rather just buy from their website than like wait in line, and yeah, just not my thing. That I think is, a long story short, it's just not my thing. Thoughts on authors and publishers constantly changing book covers. I have never really given this thought, but I think that the reason they do it is to make money and also to appeal to a broader audience, right? So on Kindle Unlimited, we know what we're looking for. It's usually a shirtless dude or like a couple on the cover. If you were buying a paperback, you're normally not looking for that, right? So it makes sense to me that covers would be different given different audiences and different markets. And I understand why you might want to offer a special edition copy of a book, because you can hook readers who already really like that book, and you can also make more money. So I don't think I have super big thoughts. Do I prefer the, photograph covers with couples? Yes. To like, a generic flower on the cover? Yes, I do. But I don't really have any like negative thoughts about authors changing their covers or publishers changing the covers, because at the end of the day, you know, book publishing, there's not a lot of money in it. And if you can make more money in it, I mean, respect. Someone asked if there's a potential release date for merch. Yes, there is. I actually don't have the date set in stone, but it'll be in late July or early August after I come back from Disney and after Hayden and I are able to take pictures in the merch. So I'm trying to get it out as quickly as possible, but I also don't want to compromise on the quality of like the images, etc. All right, I am almost done with my hair. Let me answer one more question before we get out of here because it's hot in this bathroom. What sort of things do you look out for when introducing cats? I think after owning cats for a while, I can tell what is signs of distress versus like them being a little bit scared. So for me, I think what I look out for is like swatting, hissing, and then like signs of actual attack. Oftentimes cats who are scared will hiss and swat. As long as they are not jumping, pummeling, attacking the other animal, it is okay if they hiss or swat. Normally what happens, like with Pepper for instance, if he is in a situation where he's meeting a new animal, he'll get up close, he'll sniff. If that animal makes too sudden of a movement around him, he'll hiss and he will back away. And that's okay. It is okay for that to happen. You just have to watch for other signs, right? Ears back. If they look like they're about to pounce on the other animal, I think you can tell. After a while, easy to tell the difference between play fighting and actual fighting. If it's actual fighting, you will hear screeches of distress. If it's play fighting, you don't normally hear any sort of noises. Like they don't tend to vocalize when they wrestle. So I don't know if that was helpful. I would definitely recommend watching Jackson Galaxy videos on YouTube. He does a really good job with like animal behavior, especially, you know, cat behavior stuff. So if you have any questions, he's probably answered it over on his channel and definitely has answers for you that might help. Every animal signs are going to be different too, but I'm lucky in that the rag dolls that I've had, besides Pickles, they don't express their discomfort through aggression. They will just hide or run away. And if they do that too, like I will take it a step back and, you know, separate the animals for a while so the other animal can get more comfortable with the idea of a new animal being in their territory. So yeah, I don't know if that was helpful. But let's get out of here because y'all, it is hotter than Hades. Do you ever get burnt out reading so many romance books back to back? Not really. If I ever feel that way, I will pick up something different, like a just regular fiction book or a thriller or something else, but that doesn't normally happen. When it's your preferred genre, like that happens a lot less. And for me, there's so much variety in the romance genre as a whole that I don't ever feel burnt out because I could read a soft romance one day and a dark romance the other day and they feel completely different. So no, I don't really feel burnt out. Do you ever want a tattoo? No, I don't think I want any tattoos. I'm not saying never say never, obviously, but I just don't think that's really my style. I love tattoos on other people. I especially love when people have like a lot of tattoos, like sleeves or like a big chest piece. I think they're really cool, but I just don't think it really is my style. So I don't think I would get a tattoo personally. Wow, this is so much more close up. Okay, I had to switch cameras because my other one overheated, and also I need to talk to you about my skincare routine. I was like halfway through talking about it when I got cut off. So yeah, someone asked my skincare routine and skincare products. I actually don't really like a lot of the stuff that I'm using right now, so I can tell you like my absolute favorite go-tos. To wash my face and to remove makeup, I use the same product, which is Cetaphil, the normal to oily version. I like this version because it actually removes makeup. For some reason, the one for dry skin, which I have, by the way, dry skin, doesn't work to remove makeup. So normal to oily Cetaphil. I also use that to clean makeup sponges and makeup brushes, so it's just a nice product to have. Not super expensive. I prefer taking my makeup off with it than an oil cleanser because I don't like oil cleansers getting in my eyes. After that, I either use something like mildly hydrating or I use a treatment. So I'll use like, I don't know, like a collagen peptide serum, something just generally moisturizing under my moisturizer because I have dry skin, or I'll use the, I don't remember what it's called, the lactic acid treatment by Sunday Riley. Put a picture of it right here. I really like that product and I use that about every other day because I have semi-sensitive skin and I don't need to be exfoliating my skin daily. So either something moisturizing or the lactic acid treatment. And for moisturizer, my favorite one is a COS RX one. It smells a little bit like Fruit Loops, but the fragrance is not irritating to my skin and it is so incredibly hydrating. I have dry skin and so does Hayden, and we both use it and love it. And I will seal everything in with some Aquaphor. I like to cover my face in like a Vaseline type product after I do my skincare because I don't really like when I wake up and my skin feels dry and tight. No matter how much moisturizer I put on in the past, I just never woke up hydrated. Putting Aquaphor or a Vaseline type product on my skin tends to lock everything in, and in the morning I might be a little greasy, but like in a good way. I just kind of rub the rest of the remaining Aquaphor into my face and then I go about my day. I put on my sunscreen and then I do my makeup. I only wash my face once. I do it at night to take my makeup off. I don't wash my face in the morning anymore. I used to, I don't anymore, and actually think that has made my skin better. So anyway, that's my skincare routine. Someone asked about my eyebrows and how I do them. I use the e.l.f. Instant Lift Brow Pencil. It has a spoolie on one side and a pencil on the other. It's not a super thin pencil. Some of the Anastasia ones, it's just kind of like a regular thickness one because I just slap this through my brows. And then I use the Anastasia Beverly Hills Clear Brow Gel. I'm sure there's other brow gels on the market, but I just like this one, and this is my kind of go-to combo. This is not cheap. This is like $3, so it kind of all works out. Those are what I use on my brows. All right, a couple more questions, and then I am going to go ahead and do all the other stuff I have to do before I get back to you. Now that I know you're a perfume girly, I need to hear your thoughts. I don't know that I have specific thoughts on perfume. I love a variety of different perfumes. I like pretty much every different scent profile. I like vanilla, I like floral, I like fruity, I like everything, and I have a little bit of everything in my collection. My favorite like house right now, or like perfume house, is by Rado. I really like how fresh their scents are, and they're really good for like every day. They tend to last well on me too, although I know they are not known for their lasting power. I would say my go-to right now is a perfume that I actually made at Olfactory in New York. If you're going to New York, I'd recommend it, though I do think they have locations outside of New York. Basically, you have to choose your base fragrance and then the top notes. And the one I selected is a really fig heavy perfume. It smells really grassy and really summery, and I just love it. It's so good. It's unique. I haven't smelled anything like it before, and it was really fun. I don't know. Love perfume. I can do like a perfume collection in one of these vlogs if you guys want. What did you think about the Red, White, and Royal Blue trailer? Here's my thoughts on every single book, movie, TV, whatever adaptation. I am excited. That is it. I don't care how true to a book, a movie, or TV show is. I'm just excited to watch the adaptation. In fact, I don't really want it to be identical to whatever it's adapting, because in that case, I could just read the book. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm very, very excited for the movie. I'm excited for The Summer I Turned Pretty. I'm excited for Bridgerton season 3. I'm excited to see books turn into other things. Nothing makes me more giddy than learning that something is going to be adapted, even if I don't even like that thing. I'm just excited for authors to kind of get their, get their shine in another, media form, and I am always just excited. So I thought it looked really good. I'm very excited about it, and I will be the first to watch it on Amazon Prime. Maybe not the first, but like, I was quick to watch The Hating Game on Prime, and I'll be quick to watch this too. I'm gonna ask my go-to McDonald's order. So if it's breakfast, I get a sausage McMuffin with egg and a hash brown and a Coke, so a number 2 with a Coke. I get a number 5 for lunch, which is a 10-piece nugget meal with a Coke. So very boring. I also don't get sauce for my nuggets, so judge me if you will. I'm just not a saucy gal. And then the last question I will answer is, how did you come up with your cats' names? I was asked that a couple of different times. They come from a variety of different places. Nugget, I called him Nugget because he was a big dumb nugget. Like, I love that guy. He was everything to me. He's my soul cat. Then with Pepe, it took a while to convince Hayden that we needed a second cat, or that Nugget needed a friend. So the only way he would be convinced is if I named our cat Pepe Sylvia, which is a joke/meme from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. I don't really call him Pepe. We don't call him Pepe. We call him Pepper, or Nenny, Nenny. Don't ask me why. Couldn't tell ya. That's just kind of what we call him. Nenny Pepper is something we often call him. Nens, Noonie. He has a bunch of names. He's definitely the one that has the most nicknames of all of the cats. And then we have Teddy. I really like the name Theodore for a child, but it is way too popular. I would never name my kid something that popular. No judgment if you do name your kid something popular, but yeah, I didn't want to name my kid that, so I decided I would name my cat that instead. So we call him Teddy. Hayden calls him Trout as well, because he's a big fish. He also he likes that name. I don't know. He wanted me to name Teddy Trout in the first place, and I said no, so we do call him Trout quite a bit. We have Sebastian and Sully, so I came up with S names because the names of the cats before we adopted them, like, they had names. I think Sebastian was Israel, and Sully was named Sawyer. I really liked the name Sawyer, so I wanted to come up with a name to go with that. So I was like, oh, Sawyer and Sebastian, super cute. And then Hayden in R&B, he doesn't like the name Sawyer, so I changed his name. Yeah, I really like the name Sullivan. Sullivan and Sebastian were both on my baby name list, but were probably not names that I was going to use. That's kind of the tact I think I've been taking lately, is just like, what baby names do I like that I won't use? Let's just name a cat that instead. So Sullivan and Sebastian, Sully and Bash, and I think their names fit them really well. I wanted them to have like coordinating names since they're not twins, but like, the same age, I guess. So yeah, those are my cats' names. Those are how I came up with them. They're not really anything special. Oh, hi! I mean, the cats are something special, but like the names, are not like, you look so beautiful today. The names are not anything like, wildly unique. I'm gonna miss him so much when I go to Disney. Okay, speaking of Disney, I am gonna go. I need to finish Eve Brown. I need to finish another book. I need to finish so many things. But I think actually my plan of attack, I'm not going to finish my KU video for today. I'm gonna finish it for Friday because that's more realistic. Oh, we're gonna scratch mommy. Okay. I'm gonna finish Eve Brown. I'm going to do my final DBBC update for that one. And then I am going to finish packing, y'all. I need to get my shit together, but I think I can manage both of those things. I obviously packed like my outfits already, but I need to pack the unmentionables, the toiletries, and put my park bag together. So I'll be back, hopefully on my better camera. Ugh, upsetting. This one overheated. Did I say that?
I'm buzzing, let's drink up. Your death look like big fun. Come on, let's get it on. Like that Marvin Gaye song. I'm stunning, you love it. Come on, give me something. I know that you want it. Come on, give me something. The night is young and so are we. So maybe you should leave with me. The night is young and so are we, baby. The night is young, so let's have some fun. If you love me right, yeah, this could be the summer of our lives now, honey. Give it to me like you know you should now, baby. This could be the summer of our lives, the summer of our lives. The sun sets on fire, tell me your desires. We're not getting tired, baby, take me higher. I'm stunning, you love it. Come on, give me something. I know that you want it, boy. The night is young and so are we. So maybe you should leave with me. The night is young and so are we, baby. The night is young, so let's have some fun. If you love me right, yeah, this could be the summer of our lives now, honey. Give it to me like you know you should now, baby. This could be the summer of our lives, the summer of our lives. Give it to me, baby, all night. We can keep on dancing all night. Give it to me, baby, all night. Give it to me, baby, all night. We can keep on dancing all night. Give it to me, baby, all night. You love me right. If you love me right, yeah. If you love me right, yeah. This could be the summer of our lives now, honey. Give it to me like you know you should now, baby. This could be the summer of our lives, the summer of our lives. Give it to me, baby, all night. We can keep on dancing all night. Give it to me, baby, all night.
All right, hello, my friends. I am back from Disney. I hope y'all liked that B-roll moment. I had a genuinely very good time, and I just wanted to kind of like talk to you about that experience, talk to you about what went well, what I think could be improved upon maybe, and also show you what I brought in my 2 park bags that I ended up using. It surprised me. It surprised me the things that I used versus didn't use, and I thought it would be fun to share those things. So first things first, it was a 3 park day trip. The first day we went to the Magic Kingdom, the second day we went to Animal Kingdom, and the third day we were supposed to do Epcot and Hollywood Studios, but we only ended up doing Epcot, which was fine. A lot of us did not feel well at that point. We were just like hot, exhausted, and dizzy from some of the rides. So it was a really successful park trip other than that last day being like, you know, people feeling bad. I am honestly surprised at how well the trip went. I think going into this, I was a little bit worried that it was going to be too hot, that we wouldn't be able to do all the rides we wanted to do with the new Genie Plus system, which is kind of their like new fast pass thing, and you do it from your phone. I was worried that it'd be hard to navigate, we wouldn't get to ride all the rides we wanted to ride, etc. And it turned out kind of the opposite of that. I don't know if it's the time of year that we went or what, but we had a really enjoyable time. So it was really hot. I will say the first thing that surprised me was that it was hot, but it was manageable. I really thought that I was going to be completely miserable the entire time because I am so fair and I don't tend to go outside when it's really hot, but I think Texas weather really prepared me for Disney. It was humid, but there was a breeze, and in Disney, in Florida, it was like in the mid-90s, low to mid-90s. In Texas, it's like 105 and has been in the hundreds for weeks now. So strangely, Disney was not as hot as I expected. It was like kind of, I don't want to say pleasant. Would I prefer to go when it's cool outside? Yes, but it wasn't as bad as I had anticipated. I wasn't feeling like I needed to escape into AC every 5 seconds, which was really great. I also didn't get a sunburn. I also didn't get any sort of like freckling or sun damage on my cheeks, which 10 out of 10 truly. And part of that is down to my sunscreen, which I'll show you in a second. But overall, it was just a really nice trip. I got to ride all of the rides I wanted to ride. I rode a couple of the rides I wanted to ride a couple of times. Just overall, it was a really fun trip. I am glad that I went in with like low expectations or no expectations because I was very pleasantly surprised and it was just a good trip. It got me prepped, especially for October. We're going for a longer time. It's going to be just me and Hayden and I think it's going to be great. So yeah, overall it was a really fun trip and I had a really good time. I am really excited to show you what I brought and like what I'm gonna do different next time for Disney, because I think every trip looks different and what you're gonna need is gonna look different depending on like when you go. I needed a lot less than I thought I needed. So first things first, the bag that I brought with me was this bag right here. This is a fanny pack that I got off of Etsy. I got to customize the patches myself. There were different colors of patches and bags. So if you're interested in this, I would definitely recommend this particular bag. It's bigger than a Lululemon belt bag and it fit a surprising amount of stuff, almost everything that I needed and a lot of stuff I didn't need. And then I also got a little pin that I added to it, bell with a book. So it matched like the blue on the front. So I just had to spice it up a little bit. Got that in the park. So I've got all of the stuff that I brought between these two bags. One day I ended up bringing the Loungefly because I don't know, my mom thought we would need more capacity. We didn't really, but anyway. The big thing that I packed, the thing that was maybe the bulkiest, but I think the thing that I used the absolute most was this portable fan. It does fold down like this and it did fit in my fanny pack and the fanny pack did zip up even with all of the other stuff that I brought. But this is the thing that I used the most. It's a portable fan. I never charged this. Like I didn't charge it when I got it and I never had to charge it after that, which is really fun. Oh, hi. Can y'all hear him purring? Because I'm dead. He is the cutest ever. He's probably gonna try to play with my hair. Yeah, because that's what he likes to do. Portable fan, I really recommend one of these. Obviously just really nice when there is no breeze at all and it cools you down. This is what I recommend more than anything. I also brought a cooling towel. I bought like a 4-pack of cooling towels on Amazon so that me and my family could use them. I didn't end up using this at all. I didn't feel I needed it. A lot of people had cooling towels out, which makes sense because it was hot, but I think people from cooler states probably were like less prepared for the heat. But yeah, I had these. I didn't end up using them. I don't even know if I would enjoy it. Basically you soak it in water and I guess the evaporation and like the way this towel is made makes it to where it like cools. It has a cooling sensation. So I can't even necessarily tell you whether this is great or not, but I have it. I like that the ones I bought came with this packaging and with a carabiner. I'll link them in the description if you want them for, I don't know, any sort of upcoming trip. I think these would also be good if you're like at a sporting event or something, but yeah, these are cool, but I didn't use them at all. This was like my number one. So I'll link this particular fan. I'm gonna go with the battery life's pretty great because I use this every single day. It still has charge. So 10 out of 10. It is big, it is bulky, but you can fit it in a fanny pack and you can of course fit it in a backpack. So love this. Another thing that I thought was going to be absolutely essential, this is probably the thing that I really thought I was going to use the most and I didn't use at all, and it is a portable charger. I heard so many people say bring a portable charger, you're gonna need it, you're gonna want to charge your phone, especially if you're doing Genie Plus. I was the person that was in charge of Genie Plus and booking the rides on my phone and I never got below 20% battery. Even though I was in the park from like 8:30 to 5 on the Magic Kingdom day, I still had plenty of charge. I used Genie Plus, I used Instagram, I texted people, and I still had enough battery, which was kind of wild. I wouldn't say that I don't recommend bringing a portable charger. I think it's one of those things that's nice to have just in case you need it or if someone in your party needs it, but I'm honestly genuinely shocked that I didn't need this one time. This is an Anchor charger. It has really great reviews. Again, I'll link this in the description. I like how thin this one is. It's a little heavy. I mean, it is a portable charger, but you can stick this in here and you can fit fan, fold it up like really easily and still have plenty of room. I was also able to fit a cooling towel, a sunscreen stick, etc. Speaking of sunscreen stick, let's try and find that. I guess we can just talk about sunscreen in general here. So before I went to the parks every day, I put either Sunbum SPF 70 or the Neutrogena Ultra Sheer SPF 70 on my arms and legs. I was wearing a t-shirt and bike shorts, so I didn't need to put it on my like chest or upper arms or anything. But these definitely protected me. I didn't reapply sunscreen, but I also didn't gain any color on my body. So I think these worked well. So this is just like body sunscreen. Didn't bring these with me to the parks. But the two sunscreens that I used on my face, one of them I did bring to the park. Okay, this I need to write a love letter to. Waterproof Sun Milk SPF 50 Plus Quadruple PA Quadruple Plus by Misha. Stuff is godsend. It smells like a funeral home. It smells horrible, but this protects your skin like nothing else. For me, I feel like you have to strike the balance between something that is cosmetically elegant, that isn't going to move your makeup around, be greasy, feel disgusting, get in your eyes, run into your mouth, taste gross. You have to balance all of that with also it being an effective sunscreen, right? And I think sometimes it's hard to find a really like effective sunscreen that isn't going to run, taste gross, whatever. It's just hard, right? Like some sunscreens I use for like indoor use or for like, oh, you're gonna get a little bit of like UV penetration through a car window. But it's not gonna really cut it when it comes to outdoor sweating situations. This is everything. This doesn't feel disgusting under makeup. It smells horrible, but it works so well. I didn't get any freckling on my cheeks. I didn't get any sunburn. This stuff, this is it. This is great. I wore this under makeup and yeah, it was amazing. The one day that we stayed in the parks longer, I also brought this baby. I mean, I brought this baby every day, but I only used it the first day. It's the AHC Natural Perfection Double Shield Sunstick SPF 50 PA Quadruple Plus. And I really liked this because it was easy to apply over makeup. It does move your makeup around. There is no stick that's not going to move your makeup around, I'm convinced. However, it didn't make my makeup look gross. It took off some of my blush. I really just applied it right here whenever I went to reapply. So it kind of took off some of my blush, but my makeup didn't look gross. It wasn't super greasy. It doesn't dry down all the way, so it's not going to feel like a kind of matte finish, but it's definitely not greasy and glowy like a lot of sunscreen sticks. So I do recommend this. It was like $11. It's great to have in a bag. It's thin. Again, this is something that you could easily throw in here and easily, again, close it up and have plenty of room. So those are my sunscreens. Again, this stuff, she's incredible. This might be I don't want to say my favorite sunscreen because like I wouldn't wear this every day, but if I'm going outside, this is what I will be wearing from now on, period. Just period, okay? Next is Body Glide. I heard so many people saying this is great for chafing or rubbing. I wore bike shorts, so I didn't have any like between the leg sort of chafing situations, but I think this is nice if you get blisters or if you're wearing a new pair of shoes or something, I would recommend this. Although I would actually just say bring shoes that you know don't give you blisters instead of really needing to bring this. I only brought this to the park one day. I didn't bring it the other days. I used it every day on my like ankles just in case, but I didn't need to bring this to the park. So is that it? I feel like there's other stuff. Oh, ponchos, baby. I got a 5 or 6 pack of disposable ponchos. And you know what? The one day that I didn't bring them, it rained. So definitely bring a disposable poncho or a rain jacket or something because it's going to rain. It rains in Florida. It might not rain every single day you're there, but it would be shocking to me if you went to Florida and it didn't rain at all. So bring a poncho. You want to be prepared. You don't want to be in a situation where you're having to buy a really expensive poncho in a souvenir shop. You don't want to be in a situation where you don't have any or you don't buy one because you're not going to be able to walk around the park. Maybe you want to be drenched. I don't know. I would just recommend buying a poncho or like bringing ponchos. So yeah, I think that's mostly it. Like those are the things that I brought. I also brought blister band-aids, regular band-aids, would recommend. I didn't use them, but you know, if you need them, it's always good to have them. They don't take up much space. And then the like lip stuff that I brought with me, not that it's super important, but I ended up bringing Carmex and a lip liner instead of any sort of like lipstick or lip gloss because I just felt like they kind of separate on the lips, especially when you're hot. This was just nice combo to have. So overall, I guess I could put all of the things that I do think you need or that like I did use in this here fanny pack, and we can kind of see if there's enough room for everything. And looky there. There is. I can zip this really easily. I was also able to put my sunglasses in here when I wasn't using them. Like 10 out of 10. I love this fanny pack in particular. And actually I could fit this in here too. I did. I shoved it in there the first day, so. Oh, and then I guess we could briefly talk about the benefits of a Loungefly or like mini backpack versus a fanny pack. This you're gonna sweat. And people said you're gonna sweat if you wear a backpack, and I believed them, but I didn't believe them that much. I was like, it couldn't be that much worse. It was. I sweat a lot. My back was visibly sweaty when I wore a backpack versus when I brought a fanny pack or like a crossbody bag. I wore it right here. I don't necessarily think that one is better than the other. I think if you're going in a big party or something like that, it might be nice to have a backpack. I think when I go back with Hayden, I probably will bring a mini backpack. I did just order another mini backpack, not a Loungefly, but a mini backpack nonetheless, because I know that like I'm going to have to carry stuff for both of us. I want to say he's a man and he can't carry things, but like he's not going to wear a backpack, so I will probably bring a backpack if I was only going for like a half day or I just knew it wasn't going to be that hot or something, like maybe the fanny pack again. So those are all of the things that I used and didn't use at Disney. In terms of recommendations or suggestions that I have, I guess I didn't talk about everything. We stayed at the Grand Floridian Resort, which is one of the deluxe and or more expensive resorts. They had a really good deal running, which is why we stayed at that one. If you can afford it or you're going to go on like a once in a lifetime Disney trip, I would recommend staying at a deluxe resort because getting on the monorail to the Magic Kingdom was so easy. We actually went back to the Magic Kingdom on the second day after going to Animal Kingdom. Kingdom just to like, you know, ride Tron again, which was really fun. So it was actually really nice to stay in that hotel. So that's just like a pro tip. Hayden and I are not going to be staying in a deluxe. We are going to be staying at Port Orleans French Quarter, I believe, when we stay in October, and I will compare those experiences whenever we stay there. I'm actually going to be truly vlogging that experience, not just doing B-roll. So that'll be really fun. So that's the resort we stayed at. I wanted to point that out because it was really, really nice and really enjoyable. And the newly renovated like Mary Poppins rooms are so cute. So I really liked that. In terms of food, I would say like my pro tip for food is to not make dinner reservations and to instead just enjoy the park food, because I think that's more fun. And I think the park food, while expensive, is not as expensive as like a sit-down meal at a lot of Disney restaurants, unless you're going with kids and you want to do like a character dining experience. Genie Plus is awesome. Some people will probably say like, do you need Genie Plus? Do you not need it? Like what is my take on it? I think honestly for when we went, it wasn't as necessary because it felt like the parks weren't as busy, but it was just really nice not having to stand in hot lines. The one standby line that I distinctly remember was Big Thunder because it was only a 25-minute wait. It ended up being longer than that, and we were so miserably hot and sweaty in that line. It was just like pure sun for most of it. So I really liked Genie Plus. I thought it was actually pretty easy to use. We were able to, you know, have that hour window to like ride a ride and to get there and to like be leisurely beforehand and just show up and like walk onto the ride. It was super nice. So loved that deluxe resort experience, even though we're not doing that again. I really liked Genie Plus. I know that it's like unpopular and a lot of people don't like it, but it was easier to use than I anticipated. I am going to leave a link in the description to my favorite adult Disney adult person, Molly from Mammoth Club. She does a series where she talks about how to use Genie Plus and how to best utilize it on your vacation, and I would not have had a good trip, I think, had I not watched those videos and like really prepped and understood all of that stuff. So just overall, I feel like I have so many different things that I could share, but I feel like that is kind of like the overarching thing. I had a really good time. It was hot but manageable. There were fewer people than I expected. I got to ride all of the rides that I really wanted to ride. I feel really lucky that my trip went that well. It was really, really, really nice, and it was fun to spend time with my sister and my mom. So yeah, it was a really great trip. Again, I'm so excited to bring y'all to Disney with us in October. It's going to be honestly very incredible. Hopefully I don't sound like too much of a dork. I'm sure that I do, but I guess I'm in my Disney adult era, okay? I just am. Oh, I guess one other kind of like random thing. I feel like I really emphasized when I was packing, you know, wearing hats versus wearing ears and like sun. I wore ears 2 out of the 3 days of full sun. Like our Magic Kingdom day, which was our longest day, I didn't wear a hat. I wore my mini ears and I was fine. I actually preferred it to wearing the hat. The second day, I think the hat made me hotter than I needed to be. So for a trip in October when it's going to be cooler, I'm going to only bring ears. I don't think I'm going to bring a hat. I'll probably bring one hat, but you know, I probably won't wear it. I'm just excited for that one too, because I'll be able to wear cuter outfits and not just like a t-shirt and shorts. But anyway, it was Disney. It was fun. I brought stuff and I recommend it. Also, definitely bring multiple outfits if you're going in the summer, because I did lose almost all 6 of my outfits because a nice outfit change when you're sweaty as hell is really nice. So let's talk about books, okay? So I ended up not really reading much more of Shipwrecked. I don't think I talked to you much about that book, but it's a very interesting one. At the beginning of the book, you've got hero and heroine, and they're both like sleeping together. Like they're sleeping together, and then the next day they both have an audition for the same television show that they don't know about. She ends up like sneaking off, I think, after they sleep together. He's kind of resentful of that, and then they see each other at these auditions and he's like upset about it or something. So it's sort of this like weirdly antagonistic relationship, but they've seen each other naked and now they're having to play like love interests, a show in like a remote location. It's kind of like a Game of Thrones type show. I don't know. I am not totally sold on it. It definitely has a sort of like depth to it that I appreciate for sure. I just don't know that I'm sold on the romance, especially since the characters slept together so early on in the book. And then let's talk about One True Loves though, because that's the book that I'm like farther into. One True Loves is the book that I got 60% of the way into on the way to Orlando and then on the way back from Orlando on our flights. And I actually am kind of enjoying this, which I never thought I'd say about a Taylor Jenkins Reid book. This book's about our main character Emma, and at the beginning of the book, it kind of chronicles like her life and I guess adventures in love. She ends up dating and marrying a guy named Jessie, but there's this guy named Sam in the wings that's always kind of had a crush on her. But oh no, Jessie ends up going missing. He ends up getting in a helicopter crash, and she ends up dating Sam after her husband goes missing. Guess what? Her husband's not dead. And that's not a spoiler. I think it even says it in the description of the book. But she has to kind of make this impossible decision between this guy that she has really fallen for over the past couple of years and helped her through her grief, and then also her husband, the man that she's technically still married to because he's not dead. And I haven't gotten that far into her making this decision, but I can't imagine being in that sort of impossible situation. And I think maybe the way that this book is written hasn't bothered me so much. I am realizing Taylor Jenkins Reid has a very distinctive way of writing her books, but I think that I'm liking it in this particular circumstance. It feels like kind of nostalgic in a way because of like kind of the throwback references for like Emma's younger years, like in the past, and getting to see the comparison between these two guys over time, because you get like her meeting Sam and then also her dating Jessie, marrying Jessie, and then her dating Sam in the future or present, whatever. And now we're getting into that impossible decision. It has been fun. I honestly am enjoying it and I'm excited to like finish it and kind of see where it's going. But right now I'm thinking like 3 or 4 stars, just depending on who she ends up with. I know who I want her to end up with. I'm not going to tell you, but I know who I want her to end up with. So it's been fun and it surprised me. Honestly, I think the title of this video should just be, wow, I'm surprised, because Disney surprised me. This book is surprising me. Life has been surprising me, honestly. I got an interesting phone call on the way to Disney, which I'm going to be talking about that in the next vlog, so stay tuned for that. But I think I'm just going to leave it here. This vlog is impossibly long. I really appreciate you for sticking around this whole time if you did. Let me know in the comments down below if you stuck around this entire time. If you have any like Disney questions or just like questions in general, I will try my best to answer them. I love y'all so much. Thanks so much for watching this video, and until next time.